All right, what's up, everybody? So I want to come out here and do two things. First of all, I want to show y'all what everything looking like. So it rained all day yesterday. Child. Okay, remember when I planted them potatoes, y'all? I forgot that I started by planting some up here. Do y'all see them? Can y'all tell the difference? Potatoes, beets. Potatoes, beets. Um, Word to the wise. If you haven't been gardening long, that's one thing you should try to do is learn how to identify plants. You should be able to identify at least potatoes pretty easy. Tomatoes easy. You should know the difference between onion and garlic. For those that don't know, let me tell you right quick. So you see the onion. This is the onion leaf. I'm gonna show you some garlic. That's garlic. Who can tell me the difference? Garlic, onion. Can anybody tell me the difference? You can always tell it's garlic because this is flat. See how it's flat? Flip it over. It's like a regular leaf. Onions are always going to be round. See how that's round? It's a cylinder. And then I'll show you a little bit easier. See how you can see? So it's hollow. It's a little hole in there. If you break garlic off, see how it's flat? That's how you can tell the difference. So if you're ever growing something, you wonder what it is. Onion? Is it an onion? Is it garlic? Just like leeks are more closely related to garlic, which is why they call elephant garlic garlic when it's technically a leek. But I can't remember if garlic is actually in the allium family. Onions are in the allium family. But you still have different kind of onions. So these are all bulbing onions. And you can see they looking. Okay, now you said hello. Now be quiet for the rest of the video. Do you understand, sir? Because your paycheck is on the line. I'm just kind of weeding this out a little bit, but y'all can see the onions is looking good. See how thick they are? That's a red one. This is a white one. Hope they're not, yeah, they're not mushy. Sometimes you have them start to kind of rot on you. This is a tomato plant that's going to get moved. I'm not exactly sure what tomato that is. It's volunteer, but y'all know how I feel about my volunteers. I know this tomato right here is a current tomato. So yeah, once again, I always know how to identify your plants. I'm not sure what this is growing in here with this. I don't know if this is a weed right here or what. The horseradish is looking good. Y'all, I actually had some mushrooms start coming up at the base of this. So my mushroom experiment is working. The thing is, the bed got a little dry and the little oyster mushrooms, they dried up on me. So I didn't get a chance to catch it on film. I apologize for that. When some more mushrooms come up in here, I'll show y'all. But I'm glad to see that because that's promising. I'm so sick of this weed right here. Anybody know what this is? This is the most horrible. And I mean, it has these really long stolons. Like you never really get the root of this crap. And it forever comes back and it freaking multiplies. Look how long that is, but there's no freaking root. I'm sick of this. Anyway, and I don't even know how they got in there. Anyhow, y'all look at these strawberries that Stardust has sent me. I tasted them. They taste like Collards, which that's nothing. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I just wanted to be able to kind of tell y'all that the variety. Collards are, if I'm not mistaken, very popular grocery store brand, and well, not brand, but variety. The reason I say that is because the first time I grew them, when I tasted them, I immediately said, yeah, they taste just like grocery store strawberries, but much better, because of course I let mine get all the way ripe. It rained yesterday, so I need to fill my beer traps. We're not gonna have rain for like 5 days, so I need to fill my beer trap. But yeah, Collards I think is one that they grow commercially a lot. Pretty heavy producer, produces nice sized berries, grows pretty quick. I think I'm gonna buy a few plants to go over there. I think I want to buy a different variety, maybe some Evies, or maybe put some wild strawberries over there. Um, so, but I'm probably gonna regret that because I know these are gonna actually probably runner. They're gonna make runners pretty fast. But I wanted to talk to y'all about this right quick. So, y'all see this bed? Y'all remember how it looked right after the ice? All this stuff was itty bitty stuff. So it's April. Y'all excuse me. Uh, it's April 16th or 17th. I don't never know what day it is, y'all. Um, I don't work like that. Anyway, I think it's the 17th though. So this is the tatsoi. It's gone to flower. So I want to talk about two things right quick. And I know I'm probably gonna piss somebody off. I don't care. Uh, I think it was what's the name of her channel? I can't think of the name of her channel. Cheryl Swoops. She has a freaking gardening channel now. But she's been had it. Crap. Back to our roots. Back to. Is it back to? It's back to our roots homestead. I get that confused because it was an old channel back in the day that was dope. Back to my roots homestead. She was funny. But anyway, she said she's not good with flowers. And I just want to throw this out there for gardeners. If you're not good with flowers, you don't have to be. And here's why. Every vegetable you grow or every fruit you grow makes flowers. So you don't have to be good at flowers. What you have to do is stop pulling your stuff before it goes to flower. Leave at least one. Now I'm leaving all these to go to flower because y'all know me. I give away seeds. Anybody want tatsoi? You can get tatsoi seeds. For each one of them flowers, it's probably gonna be like 10 seeds. I also wanted to show you this on tatsois, and tatsoi is probably in the mustard family, but brassicas or anything where you plant a tiny little ball, because one of my subscribers called me yesterday and asked me a question, and it was a really good question, so I wanted to answer it because I think other people may not know. So she called me and she said, my collards are going to seed, but where are the seeds at? And so I told her. So this is what you'll see first. Well, actually, this is what you'll see first. So it'll kind of look like little broccoli, and you can't eat that. It depends on the plant what it tastes like. Like on mustards, it's really spicy. I think it goes good in like if you make an artichoke dip or something like an artichoke dip, you put a bunch of these in there, and them suckers is spicy. I think it tastes good. That's for mustards. Usually, well, let me say red mustards. I haven't tasted seed pods off regular mustards in a long time. I can't remember if they're spicy or just bitter. Some stuff is bitter. Taste it before you put it in your food, people. But you'll see this first, and like I said, this is edible. You'll see this. Please know that the flowers are edible. I did a video a long time ago talking about the benefits of eating pollen. There's a reason why you can buy bee pollen, and it has a lot of nutrients in it. Now, bee pollen is a tad different because the bees actually eat the pollen, and then it does something inside them, and then they regurgitate it. That's why honey is also good for you as well. But you can actually eat this and get the benefits of the pollen. If you think I'm lying, just Google the nutrients and benefits of pollen. Make sure you're not allergic to anything before you eat it, though, because I don't want to kill nobody. But pollen is really good for you. But you'll see these flowers, and then the flowers will fall off, and then you'll see these little pods. The seeds are inside these pods. Now, these aren't ready yet. They're not ready. So let me go over here to some collards. I actually have some bok choy in the back that I could show you much better, but I just want to show you how you know when they're getting closer to being ready. So you see this? So can y'all see those bumps? You see how it's bumpy? This is kind of showing you each individual seed. It's almost like a bean. Like when the bean inside is fully developed, it'll get bumpy like this, and you can see it. When your seeds, when pretty much most of your pods get like this, even though they are green, you can pull this plant to get it out of the way. You can pull the plant, and you just want to put it somewhere and let it dry. And you want to wait till they're all the way dried, y'all. I'm telling you, if you try to get them seeds out of there while they still wet or they green, you're going to be fighting. Don't do that. Put them somewhere where they can dry completely. If you put them in a brown paper bag, or you just hang them, or you lay them somewhere in the sun, or just somewhere where they can get completely dry. And when I say dry, I mean brown, dried up, crispy. Well, this is that's wet because it rained. But y'all know how when leaves get dried up and crispy, that's how you want it. Because basically, you can take, and when these get completely dry, you can like bend them or just kind of press on them. The seeds will jump right out. Have a bowl and just kind of crumple them in your hand. The seeds will jump right out. The pods will pretty much stay whole, and you can either blow or pick those out. And I will show that. I think I showed it before in a video, but I'll show it again for those that haven't seen it. Now, the second thing I want to talk about is people so scared to plant. Like, they be like, you don't thin your stuff? Remember when I told y'all I plant this? I ain't thin nothing. I threw seeds down. I said, in nature, they don't thin, because they don't. Throw that in the woods and watch it come up and watch all them seeds hit the ground. And that's probably, if I had to guess, probably 20, 30,000 seeds. Y'all know them seeds little. And that's why I say you don't need but one plant, but keep in mind, y'all, that's a breeding experiment. So I kind of needed to let all of them go to seed. Now, am I going to keep all the seeds? Nah, they're probably going to get given away. I don't really get money for collards. Not really. I mean, you might get 99 cents for like 100 seeds, and that ain't nothing. But anyway, but I don't thin nothing. I just sprinkled in rows. I think this is one of these is Vates collards, and the other one is like Alabama blue or something. I got them from somebody in the Black Seed Exchange. I appreciate you, because all I had was Georgia collards. And so now I have those 2 rows of collards. See these mustards? I never did thin. Never did. Never did. But see, here's the thing, people. You can still eat. You don't need all your leaves to be huge. Now, these gonna get huge, but look, you can eat that. You can eat that. You can eat all that. You can eat them big ones back there. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, how you doing? So, you don't need a million, like, you don't need a million huge plants to actually, eat. And I would suggest that you just sow them. That tassoi, can you tell I didn't thin it? Can you tell? What it say on the back of that pack? I don't know what it say, because I ain't read it. I don't read them packs no more. Them packs be talking about plant XYZ. As you've been gardening for a while, you ain't read that pack. Read the pack for what? But see, this only happens when you experiment. Had I continued to just keep reading the back of the pack, I would have never had this kind of production, because I wouldn't have thought it was possible. So what I'm telling y'all is throw seeds and walk away. Just garden. Some of y'all be making this rocket science. I'll be watching these channels, and y'all, it be some people make me turn them off. I'd be like, you're doing too much. Turn your ass off. And it's the same with this. Look at this. Look how thick this is. All the way through here. What they tell y'all about broccoli? Somebody tell me what the back of that seed pack say, because I don't know, because I don't read them. Look at this. All these plants. Now, I ain't got no heads on them yet. These things is waist high. Waist high. They getting ready to make some. Let me go over here and show y'all, because I don't know if I showed y'all before. These people talking about Romanesco broccoli. I never got it to work. I don't know how to do the Romanesco. It's starting. Look at that. It's starting. But this one is actually starting to spread and branch on me. I may save that for seed, or this may be my experiment to see what happens when it goes to seed. But let me see. Let me see down in. Ain't now another one of these other ones making one yet. But they will make. But let me back. Look how far back I got to get so you can get that. I think that's 8 or 9 plants. The diameter of that on the inside, I think, is 24 inches. So 2 feet. 2 feet, 10 plants. You know that pack say more than space, and more than that. I want y'all to look at this. All these onions. These are all bulb onions. Look at all these onions. Look at that broccoli growing in there. That's my hand. Hasn't made a head yet. Will make a head, I assume, soon. But you see what I'm talking about? You cannot allow these packages to tell you what you can and cannot do. Once again, you don't need no flowers if you don't have none. It's all right. I had bees all over this, but I done just about all of them, and just about, they done pollinated just about everything except for this. All of this got pollinated. I showed it before. Carrots. Don't thin for what? Them carrots, they'll move out the way. You ain't got to thin that. You know what I'm saying? Thin for what? When they say plant those beets, how far apart they say plant those beets? I am not adhering to that. Let me show y'all the roots. Y'all see that? They will lean and get out of the way. This one leaned and grew this way. This one stood straight up. Same thing. I harvested one right in there, so it actually was 3. But man, y'all ain't gotta grow that stuff out. They talking about grow. And people don't know what they're talking about. Like I said, but let me throw a word of caution out. If your soil is trash, do not try this. Build your soils. Before my soil, y'all can just see this is not, you know what I'm saying, I don't thin. Same thing with these potatoes, how they tell you to grow them and all that healing and carrying on. I don't never heal my potatoes. I did an experiment years ago where I put potatoes and I healed some and I didn't heal the other ones. The ones I didn't heal had the same amount of potatoes as the ones I healed. I said, I'm doing all this extra work and I ain't getting no extra potatoes. You can cancel that. See, that's what I'm saying. You have to experiment. Some of this, y'all want all the gardening game on YouTube, and that's where y'all gonna get all your information. No, you gotta do your own experimentation. Don't nobody grow in your space but you. You know what I'm saying? Nobody grows in your space but you. Listen to people, oh, you'll never get any blueberries if you don't have another bush. Oh, really? That's what they said. That's what they said. I won't have, you won't ever give me about 10 blueberries if you don't have another bush. I don't know who told me that. It wasn't one of my subscribers. It was somebody else. You'll never. But you see how somebody will try to deter you away from something? They probably telling you that and they ain't never even experimented to see what you can and what you can't get. Because sometimes you have to just see what you can. I mean, you're not going to go to jail. So, look at my little LSU fig. I didn't show y'all my Violette de Bordeaux, or I didn't show them up close. Man, them things. Let me tell y'all something about Violette de Bordeaux. If you want a fig that's a vigorous grower, please get Violette de Bordeaux. I have that in the smallest pot, and that sucker is growing like gangbusters. But back to what I was saying. Some of these people telling you to do this stuff, they have not tried anything. They have not tried anything contrary to what they have heard. And they will tell you to go do this stuff. And it makes no sense. Which remind me, somebody wants some Jerusalem artichokes. I got to source that for them. Anyway, so back here, this rain really brought up these potatoes. You know they don't really want you planting all these potatoes this close. Watch how I'm going to get my potatoes. If you haven't seen my old potato harvesting videos, watch them. I'm just here to tell you. This ant mound, I got news for you. Now that it's finna dry up, enjoy your mansion. Because you got to get out the way. And let me show you why. See this right here? See how the plant is starting to turn kind of yellowish? It's losing its. See how this is actually very, wait a minute, let me show you because it's busting open. You see how I'm barely touching it? And it's busting open in the seeds. It's coming in my hand. That's how you know they ready, okay, y'all? That's how you know they ready. If you touch, I'm gonna have to put this in my bosom because I ain't got no pockets. Y'all know old school how women back in the day used to put everything in their bosom. Anyway, that's how you know they ready. When you touch them, see how they look bumpy, and the plant is also yellowing. When it gets to this stage, you can go ahead and pull it. You can pull it, hang it, let it dry. Okay, so that's, follow me. I know y'all probably like she all over the place. I am. It's early in the morning. I'm about to get in here and watch Dr. Carr. I'm trying to film this in a rush. But yeah, don't always. I mean, I'm not saying all information is bad information. What I'm saying is you have to try it to make sure that information actually fits you. All that planting that miles apart, that stuff didn't work for me. I don't have time for that. I used to look, see all these weeds. I said, if these weeds can grow like this, how come my vegetables can't? If the ground, the soil, the growing media can support it, how come it can't support? People seem to think vegetables hog up so much more nutrients than these weeds. And it depends. How many times y'all seen weeds throw a berry? It may not be an edible berry for you, but the birds eat them. The squirrels eat them. It's still throwing fruit. It's still throwing leaves. These weeds the same as that over there. The only difference is that over there tastes like something. This probably tastes like trash. So don't be so scared to look at nature and say, just like look that over there. Look how dark that is over there. They let you know that ground must be real rich over there. Look how green it is. You can't even see. Look how dark it is back there. If that ground can support that, what you think you think it can't grow vegetables that tight? Yeah, it can. So these are my yams I got in here. Y'all can see they coming up. They'll start, some of them climbing the pole already. This here's climbing the pole already. So that's that. I put my bee box in the tree. I still have been seeing scout bees. When it rains like this though, the bees, you know, you're not gonna see bees till it drops on. Threw some ashes around my trees. I planted up these brassicas. Can't remember exactly what they are, but as you can see, I planted them maybe 4 or 5 inches apart. Two of them were real close in a little pot together. I left them together. Once again, they say don't plant it that tight. Watch me. Watch me. You know, they love to tell you about what you can't do. You can't play lettuce. That's, oh yes you can. I ain't been harvesting that lettuce. I done left it alone. I didn't thin this green sorrel. I told you nature would take its place. You just have to wait. You have to be patient. That's another thing. Y'all want stuff to be ready in 2 weeks. They ain't gonna work. They ain't gonna work. What I did right here is this whole thing has got potatoes in it. You can see the potatoes are coming up. But do y'all see all the little stuff germinating down here? That's all pepper grass. And that pepper grass, I had just a few plants make a whole bunch of seeds. Pepper grass is something that people used to eat a lot back in the day. You could use it in place of black pepper. So you could put it in a salad, or you could put it in something to give you that flavor of black pepper. But you don't, it's not black pepper. And it is going to have just a touch more nutrients because it is green. More nutrients than black pepper, that is. Black pepper does have some antioxidants, but I don't think it has much more other than that. Because it's dried so much that I think it just ruins the nutritional value. If you was eating peppercorns when they were still green, it might have some nutrition in it. But anyway, this is another brassica that I potted up. Once again, potted too close. This is Poblano coming up. I can't believe how fast it's coming up because it just planted a couple of days. If you're wondering what Poblano is a cilantro substitute that will grow in the heat. If you live in a hot area and you know your cilantro, it's gonna bolt on you because cilantro does not like the heat. Get Poblano. Hopefully my Poblano will grow enough and I'll get enough seeds and I'll be able to offer it, but we're gonna see. We have to just kind of wait and see, y'all. So same thing here. I planted something in this corner. Can't really remember what it was. Poblano Peppers. This is gonna be like a little nursery area. I'm not gonna grow the whole pepper there. I don't think. I changed my mind. I don't know. This is red vein sorrel. Once again, did not thin this. Just needed to give it time. Give it time for its roots to establish. Watch, that's gonna get big as the green or bigger. This here, persimmon tree. It's got persimmon babies on it. It's got quite a few on there. Look at that one. That one's got a flower on it. There's some more on the back side, I think. Yep, there and some other places. So yeah, y'all just grow and try. Another thing I wanted to mention, my fruit trees. Somebody was like, oh, I think my fruit trees not making fruit because I don't spray them. I've never sprayed these trees. Never sprayed them with fungus, nothing. That fungicide stuff, and I have it. Let me be honest with y'all. I have the fungicide spray, the copper fungicide. I'm too sour and too lazy to get out here. Well, I don't want to say lazy because I be out here. I have so much stuff to do, and I just been too sorry to do it. But I'm gonna tell you what it taught me. I've had these trees for 7 years, going on 7 years or so, because I actually had these trees before I moved to this house. August this year, I will have been in this house for 6 years. So let's say about 7. I think I had them roughly a year before that. Never sprayed them, not once. You can see no fungal diseases, no none of that. People be like, don't plant the tree close together. It impedes airflow. Don't you see them leaves blowing? I don't know what airflow they talking about. It impedes, but and then I'm gonna be honest. Y'all can look at Miss Cheryl. Miss Cheryl food forest full of stuff. She don't get a ton of fungus either. Not that I've seen. She get a little bit, but not a lot. Y'all can see the peaches. Now I will say this. I can tell these trees are getting more established, and they're more happy here where they are because I'm seeing my peaches getting bigger. Now today I did spray these with neem. I have had bug problems. I have had that. I've had bugs bore into my peaches and eat like half the peach, and that pisses me off, quite frankly. So I want to come back here right quick and show y'all. Don't laugh at if y'all laughing at my little string line. Please don't. I got something better coming. I needed something in the meantime so that the grapes could grab on. These are grapes. I know they looking pitiful, Don't nobody say nothing. Just give them a minute. I just moved them. Give them a minute. So this is my new bed back here. I planted this whole thing with about 8 different things. I ain't gonna tell you what all I planted in there because I can't really remember. But I know it's a lot of herbs. I'm thinking that's gonna pretty much kind of like be a herb garden. Okay, look who we got. Can y'all see him? Let's zoom. Felix! Hey, buddy! Okay, y'all. Up, he's on the move. So I'm gonna make this last little stop. This 25 minutes video too long. I said I'm gonna be 15 minutes. I can't never be brief. I got too much stuff. These tomatoes going in the ground today. I may film that. I may not. Look at you just now coming up. Look at you, a tomato. Lord, I'm about to choke to death. Anyway, that got me. I think this is an oak. It is. See that acorn? See, that's why it behooves you. See, I've gotten so good at spotting oaks, I can spot them when they that little. That's why it behooves you to know what plants are what. Just like that's eggplant, but that's weed. This is weeds too. Get used to knowing what grows in your yard. Oh, this lemongrass. I don't think I have no. See, somebody gave me that pot. And the idiot that gave it to me, and don't get mad because they really are an idiot. I didn't find out they was an idiot after they gave it to me. They were so stupid. They didn't know you're supposed to put holes in the bottom of a pot before you plant it. I was like, and they was like, why are the pots filling up with water? I'm like, does it have holes? Don't they all come with holes? No. But you know, some people, they wouldn't know they behind from a hole in the ground. So don't even get me started. Leeks, I know where I want to plant those. Need to get them planted. Oh, that's weeds. I planted peppers in there. Peppers didn't really come up. I think it was really old seeds. There are some tomatoes in here. These are going to go in the ground too. It's a lot of weeds. Y'all forgive the weeds. Weeds got into my compost. And I mean, the soil is great. I just have to pick weeds out. But there are several good looking tomatoes. I have forgotten what tomatoes they are. It is what it is. These are all peppers. I have a new pepper sprouting technique that I'm going to show y'all, which will help you with your peppers to where you can get them sprouting up out the ground in about 2 days. These are the bananas. Y'all see they're growing pretty good. One. And then I got to get close so y'all can see this one. 2, that was the little one that's coming out of the middle of the little one from last year. So it didn't die completely. So I don't know how well it's going to do because it's growing kind of slow. But oops, just broke that leaf off. But it'll be all right. Because this one's uncurling. That's 2, 4, 6. And there's a tiny pup over there coming up. Planted some tomatoes for my neighbor in there if he wants some. And last little stop is the tree collards. I sprayed these with BT as well. We're not supposed to get rain for 5 days. Please don't spray your BT when you're going to get rain. It's just going to wash everything off. Don't spray your neem when you're going to get rain. It's going to wash everything off. Trying to give y'all some good tips and stuff while I'm talking and walking. Oh, let me show y'all one more thing. We're going to end the video. We're going to end the video on something pretty and reinforce what I was saying earlier about flowers. You don't need flowers. Grow stuff that makes flowers. Can y'all see all that white? Let me get closer. You see how many flowers going to be in that one little spot? One little spot. One little spot. So let me say this. I know everybody don't like blackberries. If you don't like blackberries, okay. But plant them somewhere, let the birds eat them. I'll be honest. Sometimes you have to plant stuff for the birds and the squirrels. If you plant this way back at a corner somewhere where you don't care about it, not really, you let the birds have them. That'll help the birds stay off your stuff. Squirrels also eat blackberries. I didn't know that till I saw a squirrel sitting out here eating my blackberries. He had one in his hand. It was halfway cute and halfway infuriating. But anyway, but just look at all this. Flower garden. Now, if you just enjoy flowers, and hey, but you know, they're not pretty enough to me because I'm forever looking at it like, okay, when can I eat you? I can't eat you? No, you may not stick around too long. But I'm trying to be more into flowers. But, it's kind of, y'all know my time, energy, and resources is slim. But But y'all just look how pretty that is. All them flowers. All them flowers. Now I will say this, I do have certain flowers that I'm growing. Borage, comfrey makes a flower. Tree marigolds, of course, make a flower. So there are some flowers that I have. But just keep in mind, y'all, if you will let some of your stuff flower, I mean, your berries are going to have to flower to get to the berries. But if you'll let some of your stuff flower, like collards and some of this other stuff, you will draw, because they just make the sheer volume. Beets is another one, makes a sheer volume of flowers. Another one is celery and parsley, if you'd leave one of those to go to flower. Basil, bees love basil. So, you know, leave some of your stuff. Don't snatch all your stuff out, all right? These peppers don't know if they coming back. That's one thing I want to mention. When you tug on these real hard and it doesn't pull the roots out the ground, that means the roots aren't dead. When roots are dead on a plant, they'll start rotting in the ground. See, like I'm pulling it and it don't want to come out. The same thing with that one. The roots are usually still alive. Usually, I'm not gonna say every time, but it's just like a tomato. You ever left a tomato on the ground too long, and later on you come back and tug on the plant, and the whole freaking plant comes out because the roots were already starting to break down. Same concept. I gotta dig this out of here. This is a yam. This is where I grew them at last year, so I gotta dig that out of there. These are beets. So, yeah, y'all. Leave stuff to flower. Plant your stuff really close. Experiment in the garden. Learn what works best for you. Don't be afraid to try. Get out there and grow something. And, you know, I'll leave y'all with the kohlrabi flowers. Till next time. See you guys later.